Hello, everyone. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about whether or not Caitlin Clark will ever be more popular than Michael Jordan, both in the U.S. and worldwide. And welcome to Mark and Rob's Sports Showdown. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We're almost at 2,000. We need your help. Hit that notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next videos. Now, I know, Rob, for Michael Jordan fans, any comparison to Michael Jordan is blasphemy, especially for Caitlin Clark. Some because they're sexist because she's female. Physically, he's obviously way more talented than her, and you can't really compare that. But I'm comparing different aspects, and just be with me for a minute because I'm the biggest Michael Jordan fan in the world. I think he's the most exciting and best athlete of all time, at least since 1900 when we have film of people. So if I can compare him, you can too. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So first of all, Michael Jordan was the most popular athlete in the country and also the most famous athlete in the country almost since he entered the league. And then eventually when he started after 92, when he was in the Olympics, he became the most famous and popular athlete in the world for decades. He no longer is number one, but he was for literally decades up until like 4 or 5 years ago. So, I mean, super popular, probably the most popular athlete in the world, along with Muhammad Ali, over the last, say, 50 years. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean he's going to be the most popular athlete of all time forever. At some point, someone might come along and be more popular. And nobody thought a female athlete, other than a week or two after the Olympics, would ever be the most popular athlete in this country because it hadn't happened for 150 years, let alone a white basketball player from Iowa, who's not getting by on because she's great looking like the gymnast Olivia Dunn, who makes $5 million for being a gymnast. Okay. Right. So who would have thought that? And for instance, right now, Rob, there's all this social media and Uber cable, I would call it. When Michael Jordan came around, there was just the beginning of cable. Right. So she has a huge advantage in that. Go ahead, Rob. What do you want to say about that?
No, I'm saying, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's true. I mean, and you keep talking about bringing up a film of her. What a film! It's going to be a great film of her. Here's this young woman from Iowa, and she's already popular worldwide, and she's only going to get more. She's going to only get popular again, or even more. I think up in the standards. I think you're on the right track about that. I'm not going to even disagree with you on this.
Yeah, I mean, Rob, look at it this way. All right, I saw these two YouTubers, and they called themselves the best duo in sports on YouTube or whatever. And I think they work for Fox or NBC. And they said, and one of them was a marketing major, and she said, I think a year or two, Caitlin Clark will all be forgotten, and she really won't be that popular or not. I said, and these guys are like with the major network. And I go, you're insane. You're insane. Don't you see how obsessive her fans are and how many fans she has and how she's the most famous athlete in the country right now and the first female athlete to do you can't see how popular she's going to be. Let me give you, for instance, Rob. Okay, she becomes the best player in the league and wins some MVPs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't want to be like LeBron.
Oh yeah, like one.
But you can see right now how she's playing that she's going to be the best player in the league at some point, unless she gets major injuries aside. Okay, let's put that away. And you can see that as long as she gets major injuries aside, she has a long career, like 15, 20. She's going to win a championship eventually. And I think she can do it with the Indiana Fever team because they're young and talented. Right. So just picture this here. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. Just pretend it does. And she wins several MVPs and several championships. And think about how crazy her fans are. You don't think everything's just going to go through the roof with her popularity, even more so than now? It's going to be even crazier.
Mark, I'll even shorten that. If she wins 3 MVPs and wins, I'm being even more optimistic than you. If she wins like 3 MVPs and even like one championship, I mean, already, like if the Fever get into the playoffs, it's already all the watching and all the views are already going to be up sky high, and that's only for her making the playoffs. And they're not going to win the playoffs. They're not going to win a championship, but just her coming into the playoffs is already going to boost the views. Like you said, can you imagine if she wins just one championship? Then if she wins an MVP, like maybe 3 or 4 years, she's with the social media and the way it is, and the fans that she's accumulating right now, fans who've never even watched WNBA basketball. Just imagine,
Right. And again, Michael Jordan is the most exciting athlete of all time, and I'm sure it will be probably for the rest of my lifetime. However, she is the most exciting female athlete I've ever seen. And I think a lot of other people feel the same way. So for those Michael Jordan fans, just relax about the comparison thing, right? Just because I get it. I get it. It's not blasphemy always anytime you compare someone to Michael Jordan. But you have to understand that she has the advantage of all this social media stuff, like on YouTube and stuff like that Michael Jordan didn't have for his popularity.
I think the only problem with that, Mark, that we're stating is that she still will have that uphill climb. Unfortunately, being a female athlete, they are not. No matter how much you promote. Look at Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast ever, greatest athlete ever, and she still is not. I mean, she's there. You know her name, but she's not really.
Yeah, but Rob, she only competes once a year, as far as people are concerned. Yeah. That's why. That's the only reason Simone Biles isn't more popular. I mean, she's really popular, and I could make the argument she's the most dominant athlete in the world right now and the best athlete in the world right now. And LeBron James and the NBA players were just saying that the other day about her, by the way. There's an article about it. The NBA players, they want a picture with Simone Biles. Of anybody else, that's who they want. They don't want it. They don't want it for A'ja Wilson. They want it for Simone Biles because she is the best and most dominant athlete in the world right now. Mm-hmm. And of course, she's got to win the all-around to establish that for sure. But she already has won the world championship last year, and the difference between her first place and second place is the same as between second place and 10th place. That's how much better she is than any other gymnast.
And the competition in this Olympics is not going to be any because the Russians aren't there. So it's, I mean,
it doesn't matter. There's no Russian gymnast that's as good as her.
There's no.
Her biggest competition is a Brazilian woman. Okay. So, anyways, Rob, but I think that you have to look at this is if she plays in the Olympics, and that's how Michael Jordan became popular internationally. Now, we don't know if it's going to happen this year. There's 3 injuries, 2 that are current, 1 that person's coming back from. If she's not added, that will really hurt her popularity worldwide for the next 4 years.
Yeah, that sucks. That's what sucks, Mark. I mean, this is an opportunity for, if you're going to promote, she's definitely going to be the face of the WNBA. Yeah, you're pushing her, but you're pushing her away. You're putting like, we don't know if we want to include her in our club, in our clique, in our Mean Girls thing. Sorry, but maybe we'll give her 4 years. 4 years from now, what a waste! What a waste of talent to do that.
I know. And so, like I said, once she plays in the Olympics, and like 4 years from now, let's say they don't give her this time, and then she plays in the Olympics 4 years from now, I maintain she'll be the best player in the WNBA, and 5 times more exciting than anybody else. So that's what was so great about watching Michael Jordan and Cheryl Miller in 1984. Not only were they the best players in that tournament, they were the most exciting players in that tournament. Right. And I maintain that's what's going to happen when she plays in the Olympics and the whole world sees her. Yeah. People just go crazy because basketball is the second most popular sport in the world by most metrics. There's different ways to measure it. But so she will blow up completely, Rob, once that happens.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But it's just sad it's going to take, if she's not in there this year, they're going to push. It's going to be like 4 years until they actually. I mean, she's going to shine anyway without that. But it just, it's like I said, it sucks that they would let her hold her back like this.
Right. Well, that's what it is. I hope so. But again, so that's my comparison. Literally, that it's possible, and she can be more. But she's going to have to sustain it. She's going to have a long career, and she's going to have to play the Olympics, and they're going to have to win the gold medals. Obviously, she's going to have to play well. And she's going to have to win multiple championships and multiple MVPs for that to happen because she has to, because Michael Jordan dominated the league. And the only way for her to have that type of popularity is for her to dominate the league. She doesn't have to win 10 straight. You know what I'm saying? No. She's got to dominate the league. She has to be clearly the best player and has the most championships and most MVPs. So if she goes down as the best player in the history of the WNBA, which I maintain she will, I'm still saying that. Even though point guards are not valued in that league. No point guard has ever won the MVP in the WNBA. And that's going to increase her popularity that nobody's ever done that. So we'll see. And again, she has the advantage over Jordan in the social media and more cable and streaming and all those different types of things. And here's the other thing, Rob. I never saw, like back then they still had a lot of newspapers and magazines, and then cable was coming around, and then eventually the internet came around. The percentage of articles that are about her is greater than the percentage of articles that are about Michael Jordan. So in some ways, she's already more popular than Michael Jordan.
When you Mark, when you open your Google or whatever, and they have like different articles in there, like when I open mine, I see like 3 or 4 stories that, and then even on the offside of my Google, I have stories about her. So it's almost like 7 already. Boom, right in my face. There's like 7 articles about her.
And there's clips of her practicing. There's clips of her doing all sorts of things that didn't have before. So I'm just saying it's out there. I'm not saying for sure she's going to, but it's a reasonable assumption that she's at least going to approach his level of popularity if she continues to have the type of career that I think she's going to have.
Right.
So let us know what you think. I know Michael Jordan fans are going to tell me I'm crazy, but I don't care what they. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I don't think I'm crazy. But how would I know if I was crazy? Right. So we'll see. I'm saying she has advantages that he didn't have to explode in popularity.
Right.
So anyways, either way, it doesn't matter. It's just an interesting thing. If she's not as popular as Michael Jordan, she'll be the most popular female athlete of all time.
I think so.
That I think is almost like 100% sure. I mean, I don't even think it's close about that discussion.
Right.
Like I said, she's already the most popular female athlete in the United States of all time, and the first one that's ever been the most popular athlete in the country in 150 years, other than a week or two after the Olympics. And so we'll see. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Follow us on the Olympics with Simone Biles, because I'm going to do a live show, and Rob's going to be there 2 or 3 times a week from 2 to 5 between July 27th to August 10th, because that's when it's going to be prime time in Paris. So all the marquee events take place during that time period. NBC's consider that part of their prime shows. All right. So, and also our live show is every Monday, except major holidays, from 6 to 8, and not during the 2 weeks of the Olympics, though. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do. And because that'll notify of our next videos. If you like this video, hit the like button. And feel free to make intelligent, non-insulting comments, which I'm sure I'm going to get a couple for comparing her to Michael Jordan, because they still don't understand.
Maybe a few, Mark. I don't know. Maybe a few.
There's going to be a couple. There's always going to be that person that's
always that one,
blasphemy, Michael Jordan, whatever. I'm ready for
it. Dare you, Mark? How dare you?
And I forgot to mention, I'm going to cover the Indiana Fever live game on Wednesday, July 10th. Every Fever game if I can, and that's on NBA TV noon. Okay. All right. So we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, we'll see you. Peace out.